How would you like to turn your 3 favorite customers into 300? I'm here to tell you there's actually a simple way to get more of the people you love working with and fewer of those price shoppers who just waste your time and don't come back. Most small businesses spend money on ads that attract the wrong people. They cast a wide net, hoping something sticks, and then they wonder why their marketing feels like a slot machine. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a one-page system to define exactly who you should be marketing to so you can stop wasting your budget on customers who aren't a good fit and start attracting more of the ones who actually buy. Hello, I'm Brent Shiratori and this is Ideal Marketing. Here's what we're covering today. First, you'll learn the difference between an ideal customer profile and a buyer persona and why you need both. Second, I'll show you a 6-step process to create your ideal customer persona. This is where you define which types of customers are the best fit for your business. Third, you'll get a 4-step process to build a practical buyer persona. This is where you dig into who actually makes a buying decision and what they care about. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear framework you can use to focus your marketing on the customers most likely to buy. Let me start with the difference between an ideal customer profile and a buyer persona. An ideal customer profile, or ICP, describes the overall market that you want to sell to. For B2B companies, that could include the size of the company, the type of industry, and product line. For B2C companies, it could include the type of household, age, and key psychographics. On the other hand, a buyer persona describes a specific person who would buy your product. It's a fictional character that you can actually envision. So your ICP answers which organizations or customer types are a fit. Your buyer persona answers who would be a person that would actually buy your product. Let me give you a concrete example. Say you run a commercial cleaning company. Your ICP might be medical and dental offices, 2,000 to 10,000 square feet within 20 miles that value compliance and reliability over lowest price. Your buyer persona might be Olivia, an office manager. She's been in the role for 5 years. She's responsible for vendor relationships and making sure the office passes inspections. Her biggest fear is a compliance issue that reflects poorly on her. She researches vendors by asking other office managers in her professional network. The ICP tells you which offices to target. The persona tells you what to say when you reach Olivia. See the difference? ICP helps you decide where to focus your marketing budget. The persona helps you decide what message will resonate. And the good news is, rather than paying a lot of money to do an extensive research study, a small business with limited time and budget can create both in a few short working sessions. The key is to start from real paying customers instead of theory. Open a spreadsheet or grab a piece of paper. Write down 5 to 20 customers who pay on time, come back, are easy to serve, and ideally refer others. Next to each name, add what they bought, their approximate annual spend, how long they've stayed, and how they first found you. This is your foundation. You're not guessing at who your ideal customer might be. You're looking at who already is. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. If you're a B2B marketing agency, your list might include Acme Software, who bought a website redesign plus ongoing SEO. They spend $4,000 a month and have been with you for 18 months. They found you through a referral from their accountant. If you're a residential landscaping company, your list might include the Johnson family on Oak Street, who recently did a full yard renovation plus monthly maintenance. They spend $800 a month and have been with you for 3 years, and they found you on Nextdoor. Or if you're a fitness studio, your list might include Sarah Chen, who has been a member for 2 years with an unlimited membership plus personal training sessions. She spends $350 a month and found you through Instagram. Now remember, don't just list any customer. Choose customers who are profitable, pleasant to work with, and stick around. The ones you want more of. Add simple columns to your sheet like location, type of customer, size if relevant, and what problem you solve for them. If you sell to businesses, include things like industry and employee count. If you sell to consumers, use age range, life stage, and household income instead. Here's what this looks like for different business types. A wedding photographer might note engaged couples ages 28 to 38, combined income over 150,000, planning a wedding with 100 plus guests. Values artistic quality over budget pricing. Problems we solve is capturing moments they'll treasure for decades. A bookkeeping firm, on the other hand, might note service-based small businesses, 5 to 25 employees, revenue between $500,000 and $3 million. Owners still doing their own books. Problem we solve is giving them back 10 hours a week and clean financials for their tax season. The key here is you want to base these details on the actual customers you identified. Now, call, text, or email a handful of your best customers and ask 3 questions. 1, why did you choose us? 2, what were you struggling with before? And 3, what nearly stopped you from buying? Write down the exact phrases they use. This is crucial. Don't paraphrase, don't clean it up, write exactly what they say. For example, an HVAC customer might say, I was tired of dealing with contractors who never showed up when they said they would. So your ad headline could be HVAC service that actually shows up on time. A fitness studio member might say, I tried the big gyms, but I felt invisible. Here the trainers actually know my name and what I'm working on. So your Instagram bio could be the gym where everybody knows your name and your goals. When you use their words, your marketing will better resonate with them because you're speaking their language. Now, you want to review your sheet and highlight what most of your best customers have in common. Maybe it's within 10 miles, small service businesses, owner-operated, repeat purchases monthly. Or maybe it's working parents, ages 35 to 50, homeowners, willing to pay for convenience. Turn this into a short text block. Our ideal customer is blank. Then list who they are, where they are, what they need, and basic budget level. Here's an example of a completed ICP statement for a financial advisor. Our ideal customer is a business owner or executive ages 45 to 60 with investable assets of $500,000 or more who is planning for retirement within the next 10 years. They value comprehensive planning over transaction-based advice and prefer a long-term relationship with their advisor. Keep it to a few sentences. If you can't explain your ICP in 30 seconds, it's too complicated. From those patterns, write 3 to 5 must-haves. These are non-negotiables for a customer to be a good fit. You should also identify 3 to 5 not-a-fit signs. Here's what this looks like for different businesses. For a marketing agency, must-haves might be has budget of at least $3,000 per month, has a decision maker we can access directly, willing to commit to at least 6 months, understands that marketing takes time to show results. And no-gos might be expects results in 30 days or wants to approve every small decision, has burned through multiple agencies within the past 3 years, and are only focused on the lowest cost. For a residential remodeling contractor, must-haves might be a project budget of at least $50,000, owns their home, has realistic timeline expectations, values quality craftsmanship over speed. And no-gos might be wants it done in 2 weeks, asks for bids from 10 contractors. Primary concern is getting the absolute lowest price, planning to sell the house immediately after. And for a yoga studio, their must-haves might be lives or works within 10 minutes, interested in building consistent practice, comfortable in a community setting, values instruction quality over rock-bottom pricing. No-gos might be only wants to drop in occasionally, looking for the cheapest option in town, needs highly specialized therapeutic work beyond our scope. Now, this is useful for your whole team. When someone calls in, your staff can quickly assess, is this person likely to become a great customer, or are we going to spend a lot of time on someone who's not a match? Now you use it. Every marketing decision runs through this filter. Should we advertise on this platform? Does our ICP spend time there? Should we sponsor this event? Will our ICP be in the room? Should we pursue this lead? Well, let's ask ourselves, do they match our must-haves? Let me give you a practical example of an ICP-driven decision. A commercial cleaning company knows their ICP is medical offices. So instead of advertising on Facebook, they sponsor the local dental association's newsletter. Instead of generic SEO for cleaning services, they optimize for medical office cleaning and dental office janitorial. Keep your ICP on a one-page doc and review it quarterly with whoever sells or serves customers, and adjust as you continue to refine your ideal customers. Now let's build the buyer persona. If your ICP includes multiple customer types, pick the single most important one for now, the one that represents the most revenue potential or the easiest to serve. Focus your first persona on the person who most often decides or advocates to buy from you in that segment. You can create additional personas later, but start with one. Here's an example of how to choose your priority segment. Let's say a landscaping company serves both residential customers and commercial properties. They choose residential first because that's 80% of their revenue. Their persona will focus on the homeowner who makes household decisions, which might be different from the person who pays the bills. Use the same interviews from earlier or do a few extra quick chats. This time, focus on the person, not the business or household. Ask about their role and daily responsibilities, their biggest frustrations, their goals, how they research solutions before buying. Also ask where they spend time, like specific social channels, websites, email. This tells you where to best reach them. Here are some additional questions that reveal person-level insights. What does a typical day look like for you? This reveals their context and when they might engage with your marketing. When you were looking for a solution like ours, where did you start? This tells you which channels to prioritize. Who else was involved in the decision? This reveals other personas you might need to influence. What would have made this decision easier? This reveals content opportunities and objection handlers. What were you afraid might go wrong? This reveals fears you can address in your marketing. The goal is to understand their world well enough that your marketing feels like it was written specifically for them. Here's the structure I recommend for a one-page persona. Name and role. Give them a name plus job or identity, like Olivia, a local studio owner, or Chris, a budget-conscious homeowner. Snapshot, 2 to 3 sentences on their situation, business, or life stage, and what a typical day looks like related to your product. Goals and motivations. What they're trying to achieve. Is it more customers, time saved, feeling healthier or more in control? Pain points and fears. Problems they face today. What they're scared of wasting, whether that's time, money, or reputation. What could block a purchase? Buying behavior. How do they discover options? What are some of the things they look at to compare? Who else would they ask for input? How long would they take to decide? Finally, key quote. One line from your interviews that captures their mindset. Let me show you 2 complete examples. Example 1. Mike, the only marketer at a 40-person B2B software company. Snapshot. Mike was hired to do marketing, but has no team and limited budget. He reports to the CEO, who expects leads, but doesn't understand what marketing actually involves. Mike spends most of his day switching between tasks, updating the website, writing blog posts, managing social media, and trying to figure out paid ads. He rarely has time for strategic thinking. His goals? Generate enough qualified leads to keep sales happy, build marketing function that gets respected internally, and eventually hire a team. His pain points? He feels like he's always behind. He doesn't feel like he can specialize in anything because he has to do everything. He constantly gets pressure from sales about lead quality, but has no control over the sales process. He's always worried the CEO will lose patience before marketing has time to work. Buying behavior. He researches solutions during lunch or after hours, reads marketing blogs and listens to podcasts during his commute, and asks peers and Slack communities for recommendations. He also needs to present a business case to the CEO before any purchase over $1,000. Key quote, I need help, but I don't have time to manage another vendor who's going to need me to tell them what to do. Example 2. Brenda, a working mom of 2 kids under 10. Snapshot. Brenda works full-time in healthcare administration and manages most of the household logistics. Her husband travels for work 2 weeks a month. She's responsible for everything from kids' activities to home maintenance to meal planning. She rarely has time for herself and feels guilty when she does take it. Her goals are to find ways to simplify her life without sacrificing quality for her family, carve out time for her own health and well-being, and feel less overwhelmed and more in control. Her pain points are decision fatigue from managing everything, services that require too much coordination or follow-up, feeling judged for not doing everything herself, hitting costs and scheduling headaches. Her buying behavior? Researches on her phone during kids' activities. She's heavily influenced by recommendations from other moms. Reads reviews obsessively. She's willing to pay more for convenience and reliability. She makes quick decisions once she trusts a source. Key quote: "I just want something that works without adding more to my plate." Print your persona out. Stick it on the wall. Reference it every time you write an ad, an email, or a social post. Now that you have your persona, take a look at your website, emails, and offers and adjust them to clearly speak to this persona's goals, pains, and language. Try to reuse their own words in headlines and ads. Ask yourself, would this person resonate with this message? Here's how you might apply each of those example personas. For Mike, a struggling marketer, your agency website might lead with marketing strategy and execution for teams of one. Your case studies would show results achieved with limited internal resources. Your sales process would emphasize how little of his time you need. For Brenda, the overwhelmed mom, your home services company might lead with one less thing on your list. Your booking process might be simple and mobile friendly. Your follow-up would be minimal and respectful of her time. Your reviews would feature other busy parents talking about reliability. Also use the persona to guide sales conversations. Use it to determine what to highlight first. Likely objections, example stories, or testimonials that will resonate. For Mike, you'd lead with execution capacity and lead with case studies showing results without heavy client involvement. For Brenda, you'd lead with convenience and reliability, and you'd have testimonials ready from other parents in similar situations. When you know who you're talking to, your messaging will get sharper, your targeting will be tighter. You'll start to see your conversion rates go up. Your ideal customer profile, or ICP, defines which customers are a fit. Your buyer persona defines who makes the decision and what they care about. To build your ICP, list your best customers, capture key attributes, talk to 5 to 10 of them, spot patterns, add must-haves and no-gos, and put it to work. To build your buyer persona, choose one priority segment, gather person-level details, draft a one-page persona, and use it every day. Start from real customers, not theory. Keep it to one page each, revisit it quarterly. Here's what I want you to do after this video. 1. Block 30 minutes this week to list your 10 best customers and capture their key attributes. 2. Reach out to 3 of them with the 3 questions I gave you. Why did you choose us? What were you struggling with before? What nearly stopped you from buying? And 3. Draft the first version of your ICP and one buyer persona. Doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be specific enough to guide your next marketing decision. If this framework helped you think more about your marketing differently, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Drop a comment below and tell me what's one attribute that all your best customers have in common. Now go talk to your best customers and find out why they love working with you. Remember, you don't need to buy more ads, you have better ideas.